So you want to land that dream job, so you better brush up on your interview skills, but you also better brush up on your grooming skills as well. And that applies to guys and girls. And here with more is image consultant Sandy Miller. And we were just talking, Sandy, and good to see you.
Good to see you.
We were just talking that you're a former Miss Oregon. I was just mentioning that I used to be MC of the Miss Texas pageant.
Yeah.
And I always was so fond of these girls that could answer these questions.
Yes.
Also
There's an art
plays
to that.
right, and that
There is
plays
an art
into
to that. And when we talk about job interview, I know this what we've talked about today has been about job interview, but just take the word job off of that. An interview is an interview, whether it's for a pageant, whether it's for a show, a Broadway show. Las Vegas is full of great shows.
Sure.
A film, a job interview. What about a first date?
Yeah.
That is an interview too.
True, it is.
And there are some basic differences between the two, but one of the bottom lines is that any interview, somebody's hoping you're going to show up with what they want.
Right.
So you got to do your homework.
What do most of that? You can't please everybody, but what do most bosses want? Let's talk about grooming, as far as the suits and the jewelry and stuff like that.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Right.
So when you walk in, that first time you walk in, it needs to be that wow factor, and not like with fashion. I don't care about that. In fact, you can shop TJ Maxx. This suit is from TJ Maxx.
Oh, nice.
I literally walked in there last week, and it was a size too large, and I took it to my tailor, and now it fits me perfectly.
Okay.
So you can shop Nordstrom's Rack, you can shop any of the inexpensive stores and still come out looking great.
Okay.
Have a good haircut. Have the right makeup if you're female. If you're a man, be well groomed. Manicures matter. People notice your hands. One of the things that is really big is, you may notice this morning, I'm looking straight in this camera, I'm wearing earrings that are very still. They are not moving because I'm in an interview. Now, if I were going on a date, I might wear movement because movement is the same as casual. Movement gives a feeling of being casual. It's also kind of sexy.
Okay, right.
We don't want that in a job interview.
Right.
We want them to focus just on us. And the same with an audition, even in pageant, any place that you're not wanting that part of you that's very personal to be focused on.
When they offer you a drink, when you first sit down, what do you do about that?
Well, if you put yourself in their shoes, how much do you like to wait on somebody? When you're very, very busy, you really like them to come prepared. You want them to know what they're going to say. You really like them to drive the interview. I mean, if you show up prepared, having done your homework. Even I had a first date a few weeks ago, and I'd read this guy's profile and find out about a book he liked. I actually read some of the book before I went on the date.
Nice.
So it gave a talking point. The same with the company. Have you done a little research? What are their work ethics? What are they actually looking for? And it isn't so much what you say, having the perfect words, having the perfect resume. It's how you deliver it.
How'd the date go? Did he Go ahead.
He said yes, I said no.
Oh, okay. So, you did your homework.
I did my homework.
But it's a two-way street.
It is a two-way street, totally. And first impressions last. Make yours a great one.
Okay, I love it. Good advice.
A lot of people get really anxious about, what do you wear?
Well, let's just take the word job out of the interview process, because impressions are made the first time we meet someone, period. Whether it's for a job, whether it's for a pageant, whether it's for a show audition, whether it's for a first date. And if you're over 35, which is the new government has done a new survey stating that over 35 is the new middle age. It was just,
really?
It was just in Ladies' Home Journal.
That's shocking.
Seriously, isn't that? It's sad.
That is sad.
But
that's
the truth is, if we're back in the dating pool after we've been out for a decade or two or three, that first interview, it's everything. And you never get a second chance to make that first impression.
So you want to put your best foot forward.
Best foot forward. So first of all, if we're talking job interview, you want to go with something that's more conservative, because you don't want your clothes to outshine you. You want to make sure you've paid attention to your manicure. And this is true for men as well. You want to make sure that those nails are neat and smooth. And for women, go with conservative. Stay with things that are simple.
Now, I've also heard shoes are important with interviewing. That a lot of bosses and managers look at your shoes.
Well, when you think about it, for a gentleman especially, no tennis shoes. Polish those shoes. For women, you know what's popular now with those super high heels?
Yes.
What happens if you and that prospective employer decide to take a little walk and you can't keep up with them because your heels are too high? You want to make sure you can move and that you move gracefully. When you're seated in an interview, are you sitting back? Are you comfortable? Are you sitting?
Sit up.
Yeah. And is your posture from the top of your head to your tailbone? Are you up straight?
So let's talk about a little bit about accessories, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. So less is more.
Less is more, especially on the job interview. When you're on a job interview, you want still earrings. You don't want any movement, because movement is perceived as flirtatious. I'll do it on the other ear.
Now, for a first date, that might be
It would be
okay,
fantastic.
but job interview, maybe not
That's
so much.
right. So think dangly for dates and still for serious.
Interesting. Now, what about makeup?
Here's the way I like to think about it. Daylight makeup, and if you don't have access to daylight, make sure you check in your car mirror before you go in. In a job interview, you don't want them to notice that you're wearing a certain color of eyeshadow. You want it to look, it takes a little while to look natural.
Okay, so you have some lovely stud earrings on right now.
So for any kind of a business meeting at all, you want earrings that do not move. And with these earrings, you don't want to be having one that's dangling. What is the feeling when you are looking at someone who's wearing a dangly earring versus someone who's not wearing? It's much more flirtatious to have movement in your earrings. So wear them on your date.
There's your good date night
Wear
earring
them on
to
your
dangle.
date, but don't wear them to an office interview. Do the turnaround test. When you're all ready to go out the door, take your back to a full-length mirror and turn around quickly. And the first thing you see in that mirror that seems like it's out of place, take it off.
Okay.
Less is more on any kind of an interview. You want to focus on you.
Okay. Is that the good rule to take off one piece of jewelry if you already have too much on?
Well,
right?
unless you're Joan Rivers, and she said if you're in New York, you put something else on.
Nice. Sandy Rose Miller, please come back and see us again
I
soon.
will.